Well, great news for Nvidia. US clears H200 chip sales to 10 China firms as Nvidia CEO looks for breakthrough. This is a great thing. The American government is approving Nvidia chip sales into China. What could go wrong other than China not wanting to buy the chips? So I think this is kind of an interesting story. It's kind of a continuation of the disaster of the US AI policy towards China and basically how we have completely and utterly screwed the pooch, right? Nvidia had something like 90% of the AI hardware market in China just a couple of years ago, and now they're essentially down to 0%. Our government is trying to course correct to try to get the Chinese corporations to buy our hardware. And at this point in time, the Chinese corporations, or more really the Chinese government, is basically just saying no. They are looking at us, I know this might come as a shock, as a supply chain risk. And they don't want that risk in their supply chain. The US has cleared around 10 Chinese firms to buy Nvidia's second most powerful AI chip, the H200, but not a single delivery has been made so far, 3 people familiar with the matter said, leaving a major technology deal in limbo as CEO Jensen Huang seeks a breakthrough in China this week. So basically, we have Jensen Huang. So Trump told Jensen Huang to get on the plane, right? Trump called Jensen Huang. Jensen Huang hopped on a plane, got to Air Force One from Alaska, was on Air Force One in order to fly to China. And basically, right, Trump brought something like 15 CEOs to China to try to convince China to buy more of our stuff. The hilarious part, especially when it comes to Jensen Huang, is that China wanted to buy everything that Jensen Huang was willing to sell them, and then we stopped it. Which is just, and I feel like this is so much of like foreign policy right now for the United States. Why are you not buying more of our stuff? And they're like, you literally made it illegal for us to buy your stuff. Well, that just shows that you're not really a partner to America. I'm like, what? None of that makes sense. So anyways, yeah. Huang, who was not initially listed in a White House delegation to Beijing, joined the trip after an invitation from President Donald Trump. A source said Trump picked him up in Alaska en route to a summit with President Xi Jinping, raising hopes the trip could finally unlock stalled efforts to sell the H200 chips in China. The stakes are significant, highlighting how the U.S.-China tech rivalry is now snarling even approved trade, leaving the world's most valuable company and dominant chip maker caught between dueling national priorities. Before U.S. export curbs tightened, Nvidia commanded about 95% of China's advanced chip market. China once accounted for 13% of its revenue, and Huang has previously estimated the country's AI market alone would be worth $50 billion this year. So again, one of the big things we hear about the U.S., China, one of the reasons there's an issue is that there's this massive trade imbalance, right? China sells more to us than they buy from us. But then we're like, but you can't buy that. I think about that, $50 billion of product from one single company. And we are the ones that blocked most of that. The U.S. Commerce Department has approved around 10 Chinese companies, including Alibaba, Tencent, ByteDance, blah, 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 to purchase the Nvidia H200 chips, according to sources. A handful of distributors, including Lenovo and Foxconn, have also been approved. They said buyers are permitted to purchase either directly from Nvidia or through those intermediaries, and each approved customer can purchase up to 75,000 chips under the U.S. licensing terms, 2 of them said. And so that's the first thing to look at, which is kind of like the warning sign here. So they can purchase up to 75,000 of these. Which again, when you look at the data center build out, so we just heard this from XAI. So XAI upgraded to Colossus 2. So they have a data center called Colossus 2. Apparently that's where Grok is now. And they were basically standing down Colossus 1. That was 220,000 GPUs. And so that's one AI company in the United States. That's not just one AI company in the United States. That is what that company essentially mothballed. So when you talk about limiting to 75,000 GPUs, this also kind of shows you the problem that these Chinese corporations are in that we are creating for them. Right? So even if they decide they like the Nvidia GPUs, even if they decide to scale out on the Nvidia GPUs, there's no guarantee even now that they can actually buy all of the GPUs that they want because we're putting that particular limitation on them. If you go down, though, you see more. Despite U.S. approval, deals have stalled as Chinese firms pull back after guidance from Beijing. In Beijing, pressure is mounting to block or tightly vet the orders, a separate source said. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick echoed that view, telling a Senate hearing last month that, quote, the Chinese central government has not let them, as of yet, buy the chips because they're trying to keep their investment focused on their own domestic industry. Beijing's hesitation reflects a strategic calculation as it fears imports could weaken a push for its homegrown AI chips. The path to a completed sale has been obstructed by a tangle of requirements on both sides. U.S. rules issued in January require Chinese buyers to demonstrate they had installed sufficient security procedures and would not use the chips for military purposes. Nvidia must also certify sufficient inventory in the United States. So think about all these hoops that China has to jump through, these Chinese corporations have to jump through. And remember, at any point in time, all of this can change, right? One of the things that we've seen out of the Trump administration with the idiocy of the executive orders, right? He can have a little heartburn. He can have an argument with Melania. Somebody can say something nasty on Twitter, and all of a sudden, everything can change. If you're the CTO, if you're a CIO in a non-American company, do you have the risk tolerance to deal with it, right? So we're already seeing, I mean, just brass tacks. They can only buy 75,000 GPUs if they want to, of the quote unquote second best GPUs that are out there, right? They have to prove that there's sufficient security on their systems. They have to prove that it's not being used by the military. Again, remember, Anthropic and OpenAI and all of our AI companies are being used to murder kids in the Middle East. But holy hell, right? If China uses AI for anything, that is a complete and utter disaster. And then Nvidia has to prove that there are enough GPUs in the United States. That's China's not buying all the GPUs. Think about all these hoops that the Chinese companies have to jump through. And think about this if you're the Chinese government. At what point do you just get tired of it? At what point is it no longer an effing argument anymore? It is not worth dealing with your crap. America is too much of a pain in the ass to fucking deal with anymore. So it's not even an argument. We're just not going to let it happen, right? Oh, the continued delay has been welcomed by China hardliners in Washington who dismiss Trump administration claims that such sales would deter Chinese rivals from closing the gap with U.S. chip designers. Quote, any deal that allows Nvidia to sell more chips to China means fewer Nvidia chips for U.S. firms and a smaller U.S. lead in AI over China, said Chris McGuire, senior fellow of the China and Emerging Technologies at Council of Foreign Relations. Quote, it is remarkable that President Trump keeps getting convinced to put Nvidia's interests ahead of America's. Yes. Yeah, that's what I really appreciate about the Republicans. The Republicans really know, right? The way to make our country more successful is to kneecap our industry leaders, saddle them with taxes, massive taxes that are barely understandable, and then change the rules and regulations at whim so they never know what the hell is going on. That is why I would vote for a Republican administration, because they understand what corporate America really wants. And this also continues this whole fallacy that everything around AI is all about the GPUs. This comes from OpenAI. OpenAI's intent, how they think everything should get built out, is basically AI is all about hardware and all about data, and that's basically it. As I've talked about many, many times before, that's horse crap. right? That is their paradigm for systems architecture. And strangely enough, their paradigm for AI systems architecture basically funnels everything through their systems so they can literally put a meter essentially on every question that ever gets asked, right? But again, that's garbage. That's horse crap. That's not how any of this works, right? Again, that's where we're talking about small language models. That's why I'm excited and interested when Google puts a small language model directly into Google Chrome. They're integrating Gemini directly into the Android operating system, right? How, again, our artificial intelligence is far more than Nvidia GPUs. But don't tell that to the fucking boomers in the government because they don't understand what's going on. So anyways, yeah, this is what's happening. So yeah, China, 10 companies have been approved to purchase H200s, our second best AI chip in China, but they're limited on how many they can purchase. Plus, there's all these rules and regulations on how they use the product that they when they spend $50 billion on our stuff. Again, manifest destiny. We believe we have the right to demand how they use the product that they are purchasing, and it looks like China's getting ever more done with it. If you look at, I think what's interesting, if you look at the lack of rhetoric out of China, I think that becomes more interesting, right? You know, following the news feeds or whatever for like 20 years. It does seem that China was more vociferous before. It could just be how my feeds work. But when I think about what we would do and what China would do, it seems like they were much more verbal, right, with responses. It appears over the past year that they've simply gotten less verbal, that it seems more and more like it's not even worth their time to respond to the idiocy. Like, why? This is so dumb. Why would we waste the effort to respond? And yeah, can't blame them. Can't blame them. So what do you think about this? What do you think about Jensen Huang going to China to sell the Chinese products that they're not allowed to buy? What do you think about Trump going to China, demanding that they buy these products, but with all of these massive limitations on how many they can buy and everything else? What do you think about the idiocy, again, about the China hawks in the United States? Right, this whole idea of whoever is best in AI like rules the world or whatever. I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they are on Spotify and they are on Apple Podcast. Link is in the doobly-doo, along with the link to my LinkedIn account if you want to follow me with the other stuff that I do. With that, see y'all later.